What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to 303 Streets. Today, even though I've had the car for a while now, I'm going to go over 5 things I can't really stand about our 2020 Jeep, the Renegade Trailhawk Edition. So yeah, a few things I can't stand about the car. I mean, there's a few that are, I guess, kind of big, a few that are kind of small. You know, if overall it's a pretty decent car, are there some things I would have changed if I were to do it in the future now? Yeah, so first thing I'm going to start off, sorry I don't have my little phone holder today, so I'm going to have to use my hand. There we go. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is one of the biggest things I cannot stand about this car is the turbo lag. So we went with the 1.3 liter turbo. Kind of wish we would have gone with the standard, you know, 4-cylinder. I think it's like a 2.3 or 2.5 liter, whatever it is. I wish I would have gone without the turbo for a few different reasons. One, when you get the turbo, you have to use the higher end gas. If you don't, you're going to end up blowing the turbo. So you, in my state, you either have to use 87 or 91. So gas is a little bit more expensive with the turbo edition, so you're going to end up spending a little bit more money in the long run. Not only that, I cannot stand when I'm sitting at a standstill like I just was now. When I push on the gas, there's the turbo lag, and the turbo lag in this vehicle is bad. So, you know, if you're someone that's used to, you know, kind of pulling out in front of people, or not really pulling out in front of people, but pulling out when it's a little bit tight, I would highly recommend do not get the turbo, because this thing lags so bad that you're going to end up getting hit if if that's how you drive. But yeah, the turbo lag in this car, I personally cannot stand. To me, it is just horrible. You know, I've had a lot of turbo cars in my day, the SRT4, the GTR, the Audi TT, quite a few cars with turbos, and this one is by far the worst with the lag from a standstill. You know, if you're on the road and you give it a little bit of gas, it goes fairly good, so you know, that's no complaints. But yeah, if you're gonna pull out in front of somebody, or if you think, oh, I can probably shoot that gap and make it from a standstill, don't do it, because this thing lags so bad. So, you know, like I said, the biggest thing that I can't stand alone right there is the turbo. One of the other things that's kind of annoying, and I don't know if it's going to end up being a big issue in the future, is anytime I hold on, I'm gonna turn off the heat. Anytime I put the car in, like, I go reverse to drive, it's got a pretty good lag, and then it will like kind of jerk and kind of pull to like going to drive, or sometimes it's not responsive. So I don't know if that's my specific like car that's doing that, or if all of the Jeep Renegades kind of do that. If so, you know, let me know. I'd love to hear what issues you have with your Jeep Renegade, or if that is something. If not, I need to get that looked at, because again, this is pretty new. So that being said, sometimes the shifts are kind of hard and they'll kind of jerk sometimes. So like I said, it could be my car specifically, or it could be Jeep in general, or that's a sign that these transmissions in these cars are not very good. So that's something to, you know, possibly consider when you're getting this. Test drive them and kind of, you know, go from reverse to drive, because most cars, you know, a lot of people, you go from reverse directly to drive without even stopping. I don't do that. I stop, and even when I stop and put it in drive and then try to go, sometimes it jerks. So I don't really like that. My parents said they have the kind of same thing with their Jeep, so it could just be Jeep in general. To me, that's a pretty big deal. Like I said, can't stand that, and I think it's, you know, it's probably not good for the transmission. It probably is jacking it up when you try to go, and then it jerks into it. So to me, that's a huge flaw right there. This isn't a super big deal, but to me, I think it's kind of annoying, and I wish Jeep would have addressed it. I feel like they have issues with putting decent size screens in their cars. You know, there's all this outer space. I wish they would have made it a little bit bigger. Pretty small of a screen for, you know, getting one of the top of the line models. Again, this is the Trailhawk edition, so maybe in the upgraded model the screen may be bigger, but it's kind of small and kind of plain, I guess, for the year and how the technology is now. Kind of plain, but no real complaints with it besides the fact of the size of it. You know, again, you're spending all this money to get one of the higher end models of the Renegade, and it comes with this little, probably like 8-inch wimpy screen, kind of small. I just feel like they could have made it a little bit better, just because, you know, again, you are paying more money for a higher end car. Maybe, you know, like I said, maybe it is bigger in a different upgraded like technology package or something, but because you can see the lines. But I feel like they should have done the whole thing. Yeah, I get you're trying to do the little design thing of how the gas tanks are and stuff, but I would rather have, instead of like a style or a look, a bigger screen, especially with how, you know, today's technology is. A lot of cars are going with a lot bigger screens than that little thing. So you know, that's one of the other things I can't really stand is the screen. Again, it's not horrible, but I personally don't like it. And then really, I only have one other complaint that I can really think of right now that I've had for, you know, like I said, we've had the car for a year. Pretty good. Haven't had any issues with it. We've only put 8,000 miles on it, so not really that many miles on this car. We took it on a road trip, pretty good on gas. Like I said, I guess if I was to say something about this that I wish it was changed a little bit, the gas mileage is not that great for it being a 4-cylinder. You know, I think when we went on the road trip, we were only averaging about 24 miles per gallon on the highway, which was all highway from Colorado to well, where did we go? I can't even think about it. South Dakota. It was a straight shot, and we really didn't get that good MPG on the highway and stuff. So for being a 4-cylinder, a pretty small one at that, and driving pretty conservative going on a road trip, we didn't get that great of gas mileage. For the power and everything like that, I think there's better competitors out there that get better gas mileage. And like I said, also have maybe a little bit better technology, and for the same price, if not cheaper. So I feel like it should get better gas mileage than what it does, but it really doesn't. And then, so yeah, you know, that's like one of the 4 things that kind of annoying about it. Not super bad. Like I said, it averages right now about 24 miles per gallon, and we do quite a bit of city driving, so it's pretty good. Like I said, I wish it would have gotten better on the road trip. I feel like it should have, but it didn't. And the last thing I can't stand is, where is the off button for that stupid thing? Oh, is this the engine start and stop? I personally cannot stand that. And I get it, it's a good feature to have, especially when you're trying to save gas and stuff. You know, cut the engine on and off to help you save and be more fuel efficient. But personally, I feel like there should be a setting, and if there is, let me know. I would love to know how to do it and where to get access to it so I could set it. But I wish I could set it to where, you know, I could just turn it off at all times. So, you know, where when I'm driving it, no matter what, it will go off. Or if you want it on, you can set it on permanently or set it off permanently. But as I know, all I know is there's an on-off button that, you know, you have to push. Again, it's not a super big problem, but for me, I just find it really annoying. And, you know, I just don't know how harmful it is to the starter. So that's why I usually turn it off, because, you know, start and stop. I don't know if it, again, I don't know how harsh it is on the starter. If someone does know, again, I would love to know. If it really doesn't do any damage to your starter, or if it does like a lot of wear and tear, if it really doesn't, would love to know, because then maybe I would leave it alone. But again, for me, I don't like it because I'm at a light, then I have to let off the gas, and then it kind of like, it doesn't stall. Again, it doesn't like, but it's kind of jerky. So I go and it's kind of jerky. It's delayed reaction. For me, it's just more of a hassle. I'm a kind of person, when I let off the gas, I want it to just roll and not have to wait for the car to start up again and then kind of go. So for me, I don't really like those. People might not, I don't know. It's, again, personal preference on that one. But you know, that's really the only complaints I have. Like I said, the start and stop when you're at a light. The radio, I think they could have upgraded and made it better. You know, the MPG isn't the best, but I feel like it could be a little bit better on the highway. It's not bad. I can deal with it. And then, you know, like I said, I don't like how the transmission shifts when you're, you know, taking it from park to drive to reverse, so on and so forth. Kind of jerky, and I don't really like the feeling of it. Again, to me, it just seems like it's something that eventually will go out. So that's something to, you know, maybe take notice of. And then, again, one of the biggest things I can't stand is the turbo lag. The turbo lag in this car is ridiculously bad, I feel like, from a stoplight. If you're, like I said, if you're driving and you're going 40 and you want to get some get up, stepping on the gas a little bit, and you get the response, but it's the initial trying to get up and go. So when you're trying to, you know, again, from a dead stop, and you think you can pull in front of somebody because there's enough time, there really isn't. So those are the 5 things I can't really stand about the car. You know, if you have anything that you think is worth bringing up, definitely mention it in the bottom. I'd love to hear your opinions. But yeah, that's just my take on our, you know, 2020 Jeep Renegade Trailhawk. Like I said, the inside's nice, everything's really nice. Big fan of a lot of the car. Stay tuned for, you know, 5 things that I really love about the car, and the list goes on. There's more than 5 that I love about the car. But yeah, if you want to hear those, yeah, check out my channel. Thank you for watching 303 Streets. Like, subscribe, and have a good day. Thank you.